know what is what.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is Night of the Living Dead.
Ready? All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Cult of the Living Dead. We are in week 2 of the spooky season.
Spooky.
This week, we are covering a movie out of Argentina, 2017's Terrified. As always, I am your host, The Dale, followed by my two co-hosts, Mr. Saya
Buenas.
and Twan.
So
So we are covering Terrified. This is the second movie we are covering from Demián Rugna. We covered his, was it 2019 movie, When Evil Lurks? I think it was 2019.
2023.
No?
2023. You could definitely see his growth as a director from that movie to this movie. That movie, I think, is meant, like as I mentioned in last week's episode, one of my all-time favorites that we've covered on the pod. When Evil Lurks is a crazy movie, but I will give it to Demián Rugna. The guy is multi-talented. He not only directed this movie, he wrote this movie, and he did the music for this movie.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Dude is a fucking triple threat.
That's
He's-
cool.
He is the Caitlin Clark of the Argentina film industry, just getting triple doubles left and right.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I went with Caitlin Clark. There's so many other basketball players came on for.
You know,
For the woman, for our women listeners, all three of them.
This one's for you.
That's for you. This one goes out all to all the ladies.
and we just lost all three right now.
I know. Unsubscribe.
Oh, shit.
Moving on.
So the film, so it's an Argentinian film, but I think the movie takes place in Brazil.
In
That's-
Buenos Aires.
Oh no, Buenos Aires is in Argentina. So
Hey.
it's getting Buenos Aires confused with Rio de Janeiro.
Different.
And Buenos Aires is, for those of you unfamiliar, got bombed by the arachnid horde in Starship Troopers.
Damn, they did.
Yep.
Yo, crazy callback.
That's how I know Buenos Aires from.
I completely
Where
forgot about that.
Johnny Rico's from. It's all gentrified.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
hella
right.
gentrified. I remember seeing that and then asking my dad, like, where is this?
Think
And
of a
he
beach.
like explained where it was, and I was like, oh, cool. And I thought for the longest, like that was just where the white people were, you know? They were just there.
I mean, there are a lot of. I think
I mean, there's light skinned Argentinians.
Argentina
Yeah.
has a very, very deep European population.
I mean, it's definitely another one of the melting pots in the Americas.
For sure. But I think they might have the highest per capita, like European.
Was that from after WW2?
No, it wasn't. It was from the turn of the century. They like enticed a bunch of Europeans to go and like settle there
Oh, cool.
because they wanted to be, I don't know, European as fuck. So that's why a lot of Argentinas are like really like fair skinned.
Yeah.
Not as much a mestizo population, although there is one, but they're known for being more on the European side.
Yeah.
The movie stars Maximiliano Guion as Funes. We have Norberto Gonzalo as Juano, Elvira Oneto as Dr. Mora, George L. Lewis as Dr. Rosenstock, Julieta Valina as Alicia, and Damian Saluman as Walter, and he's one of the main guys in When Evil Lurks. So I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of the movies these guys are in, so I don't have a list of other movies they've been in. I went through it and I was like, I don't fucking know any of these movies. Not big in the Argentinian filmography these days. All right,
Okay, we're getting there.
Let's go
Yeah.
through the synopsis.
We already recognized one Argentinian actor.
True. I like Demián Rugna. I'm curious to check out some of his other films. He definitely has ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude has an active imagination. Let's do the synopsis and then we'll get into it. It's gonna be hard. I tried really hard to not compare this movie to When Evil Lurks while watching it.
Mhm.
I don't know how successful you guys were in doing that. I was not as successful as I wanted to be. All right.
What?
In a quiet Buenos Aires neighborhood, everything looks ordinary until Clara begins to hear unexplainable noises in her home. She tells her husband, Juan, that something is coming out of the sink. She says she can hear it saying that it will kill her. He doesn't believe her until she was brutally killed, her body smashed against the walls by an unseen force. Across the street, another horror unfolds. Alicia, still grieving the recent death of her young son, wakes up to find his corpse inexplicably seated at the family dining table. The body doesn't move, doesn't speak, but it doesn't decompose the way it should. It just sits there, rotting slowly, as if refusing to leave. Enter Fuentes, a wary, skeptical cop preparing for retirement. He's brought into the case almost against his will, but the sheer number of bizarre instances forces him to confront what's happening. He partners with a team of paranormal experts. Dr. Albrecht, a cool and clinical, paranormal investigator. Juano, a methodical but wary ex-coroner. And Rosenstock, a grotesquely fascinated investigator who treats horror like a puzzle to be solved. The investigators split up to study different houses in the neighborhood, and that's when the film fractures into a series of nightmarish vignettes. Fuentes, meanwhile, witnesses the inexplicable firsthand, objects moving on their own, disembodied voices, and the child's corpse still lingering. His health begins to deteriorate under the stress, his blood pressure spiking, his body literally failing in the face of what he can't rationalize. By the film's climax, Fuentes is utterly broken. The investigators are gone. The neighborhood is in ruins, and Alicia's dead son still sits in her house. Terrified doesn't end with victory or resolution. It ends with Fuentes fleeing in his car, leaving the haunted suburb behind, knowing the terror will spread. Or does it? As in his final act of heroism, he sets Alicia's house on fire, and his whereabouts remain unknown. And scene.
Synopsisized.
First try.
Yep, first try. All right. Terrified. I was
Spoiler
like,
alert.
no, I was like, what is this movie? Is it a ghost story? Is it a like extra dimensional like horror movie? Is it a monster flick? It's like everything at once, but none of those things. I don't know how to explain the type of movie that it is.
Sci-fi horror.
Right?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
like
sci-fi
what's
horror.
up with Alicia's zombie kid?
Sci-fi horror.
That's
That's the sci-fi.
yeah.
I feel like that's the horror part. I feel like the sci-fi is the fucking Prometheus dude that's like living underneath Walter's bed.
Mm.
Didn't mention it in the synopsis. But there's another horror thing that kind of happens with another neighbor, Walter, who has like this guy picture just like the dude. If you've seen Prometheus from the like Alien franchise, it's just like a skinny version of that guy.
Mhm.
It's just like living under his bed / in his like wardrobe, and like is just haunting him and like moving shit around his house, like
Mhm.
just to be a dick, I guess. And then Walter
just like-
disappears.
Yo, what's up? I'm here.
Yeah, for real.
What do you want to do about this?
Kind of fucking snuggle or
Nah, all right, I'm gonna go back to the arm war. Just hang out.
I want to make sure when you wake up, like everything from your living room is gonna be around your bed,
What a fucked up thing to do.
right?
If I was a ghost, I'd do some shit like that.
If I was Walter, I would have just been like, you know what? fuck this house. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go stay at a relative's, dude. I'm leaving this house. Like I survived the night, and I know I saw some crazy shit. I caught it on film. Well, no, he doesn't make it when it gets to that point. But like after that, like I'm out. I'm good. I'm gonna go on vacation somewhere. I'm taking
Well,
time off.
He did catch it at he had the opportunity because he saw it in the camera and like at that point should have been like, I'm out.
I'm out.
You know, like what the
Yeah.
fuck is that? I'm gone. But instead he was like, oh, you know what? Let me he went into the armoire. Let me check that. Like, you know, he was just kind of dilly-dallying around when he could have easily just left.
Yeah, he could have got. I would have just like, nope, getting the fuck out of here.
And wasn't fear the main reason why everything started popping off? Like the more scared everyone was, the more powerful these creatures became.
Like
Yeah.
made a rift in like the space-time continuum.
Yeah. And so Walter kind of like inadvertently like fucked everyone up because he kept on like going deeper. He was like the husband in all the horror movies of like, this isn't real. I gotta know what's going on. And then by the time he figured out what was going on, he was dead and he caused everyone else to die.
It is kind of like that.
Yeah. That was our Walter.
He's the like, wait here, I'm gonna check it out, and he like takes the car keys.
Mhm.
And like in the middle of the forest. Like,
Yeah.
Like, oh, guess I'll die now.
Right? Like you isolated yourself and trapped me.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
So you think sci-fi horror? This is a sci-fi horror movie?
I'd say so.
I tend to agree because I feel like outside of Alicia's son, it's very clearly like dimensional beings coming from one area to the other. Like that gets explained to us like near the end of the film.
Mm-hmm.
But they never really explain like what was up with the kid. Like I'm like, oh, is this going to be like a precursor to like when evil lurks? Is he toying with this like idea of like a malevolent being that comes and like takes over a small town, even though it's Buenos Aires, which is a massive city. It is not a small town.
Yeah.
That's what, like, I was like, oh, is that what they're going with? Because I know when an evil lurks, the world's already fallen. Like there's already evil in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, is it going to be something like that? Because we see the zombie kid, but then I was like, what the fuck is the Prometheus guy?
Yeah.
Is that what the demon looks like?
I had also thought that this was going to be like a precursor to When Evil Lurks because it kind of had that same vibe a little bit in the beginning. But not. It took a turn. This one was different.
Well,
same but different.
It was connected by the water,
Mm-hmm.
and the kid drank from the faucet. So in doing so, maybe put the thing
Mm-hmm.
in himself before he died. And so because it was in him before he died, he was already a part of it.
He got fucking taken out Pet Cemetery style too.
Dude.
And like instantly.
Yeah.
Poor kid. Kept both the shoes on though.
Oof.
Too soon.
I mean,
What did you guys think of our other creatures?
Crazy looking things.
they were pretty wild. They got a little too outlandish at the end for me.
Yeah.
With like the mutated like Prometheus guy that came out.
The like, I don't know, the guy with the arrival hands. You know, like the 3-prong, like when he grabbed the chick's
snapped the neck. That's what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the Prometheus guy?
Well, I felt like he had the same structure, but he looked like kind of like thinged out.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of like, or like a, not like maybe like a tyrant. Because he was kind of big on one side, but also lanky.
And was it just one? It was multiple, right? It was because there was that one shot where I forgot what his name was, but the doctor guy, the non-Argentinian doctor.
Oh, Rosenstock?
Yeah, Rosenstock, where he's like, you have to look at it at a different angle, and then he like tells him like look under the bed, and there's like fucking. It seems like there's multiple, like 3 or 4 of them. under there. So
I forgot about that.
So
They're
the
just, like,
amount
different.
of like bravery that Rosenstock has is like awe-inspiring.
Yeah, dude, that guy was just
That food did
he's
not
a
give
fine.
a
scientist
fuck.
at the end of the day.
he got stabbed, and then he was like, "No, wait, don't do anything." And he
Don't
just
abandon the mission. I'm good. Just
yeah,
put a band-aid on it. I'll be all right. He's like, look at the angle. That's fucking crazy, huh? That's cool. Let's keep recording this. And Fuentes is like, what the fuck are you on about, dude? Let's get the fuck out of here. Like, this is no bueno.
Yeah,
Right.
Fuentes just wanted to go home. He was so close to retirement.
That dude was on the verge of heart attack from like the second he got on the case.
Yeah.
My favorite creature though was definitely the Dr. Mora one.
Yeah. You know, that actually it reminded me of
That shit was scary.
you remember that scene from Smile when
Part one.
the sister's knocking on the door on the window, and she like turns over, and then the head like flips up, like it inverts.
Yeah.
That reminded me. I was like, did they was that an inspiration for that creature from Smile? Because that was kind of cool.
It was very similar. The setup and everything. The camera shot too, where like you get the main person in the driver's seat kind of in focus, and then you see someone coming out from the door that's in the background, and then making their way towards the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm right there with you. I was like, yo, Smile.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Yeah, that creature was that weird neck backwards walking fucking what is it called? Not Lynchian, Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little T-Rex arm.
That's what this was. This was a Lovecraftian.
That's what it was.
That's what it is.
Lovecraftian movie.
Boom. We solved it. Podcast over.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Time for our reviews.
Yeah. Damn. What about the fucking what's his name?
Walter?
No.
Living in the fucking upside down?
Was that his name? Walter got a Hanyo, or the neighbor?
Yeah, Walter.
Yeah, Walter.
He looked like a whale, didn't he? Like he had like a giant tail. I don't know. Didn't he look like some like weird like?
I think you only see his face.
His head.
Yeah,
he's like in between some like rocks, and he looks crazy. I thought his eyes are like yellow, weren't they?
Yeah, and Dr. Moira is like trying to like she's like looking at him while he's there, and then Fuentes comes in, and he's like, "We got to get the fuck out of here," and she's like, "You got to chill the fuck out, dude," and then she gets grabbed,
her neck broken.
Yeah,
and then Juano was like in the cabinet.
Juano was in the
like, get me the fuck out of here, and his eyes are all fucked up.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool scene at the end when he's just like kind of looking at Fuentes and the house burning. It kind of reminded me of Event Horizon.
Do you see?
Yeah, do you see? Yeah.
Do you think Fuentes died? Do you think Juano got him?
Maybe.
Because they never recover his body.
No.
Yeah.
He just dipped.
Well, they weren't able to recover anyone else's body too, remember?
Oh, you're right. They were all missing.
Yeah, everyone just disappeared.
But we know Rosenstock burned up.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the end, Juan is like, hey, did that guy come with you? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like that burn victim that you brought. He throws the chair at the camera. Kind of a cheesy ending.
Yeah.
I appreciated that. I was like, it got me. And I was like, you motherfuckers. Like, that was cheap. But I love it. What a way to end the fucking movie.
Yeah, it was the ending was not, I feel like, fitting to the tone of the movie. Like that's something you see at like in like a grindhouse, like Blumhouse movie type of deal. Not like this movie was like pretty serious. I felt like, and then that happened. I was like, what the fuck?
It ended on like a scare and a laugh.
Yeah.
I think this movie definitely had a switch up for me, like from the beginning portion of when we see Clara and Juan in the house, and we see Clara's death, to everything else that happens after. Like that was such a switch, like a crazy switch. Because in the beginning, that first scene when we find out what happens to Clara and you just see her body like being smashed back and forth.
That was crazy.
I actually got like goosebumps when I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is the type of movie it's gonna be. And then the movie kept on going, and it was a switch for sure.
The crazy part too is like she gets up to go to the shower and just gets murdered like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Because like he immediately, like she leaves, you hear the shower turn on, and then you start hearing like the thumping.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck, Walter? What the fuck?" And then he's like, "Wait a minute, that's coming from inside the house." And then he looks, and it's his wife. That was rough. I wonder what got her. Do you think it was just one of those lanky dudes, just like bashing her back and forth?
Probably.
Shit. Yeah. Just manhandling her.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets to a point where she's just like constantly being smashed up against the fucking shower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Juan's like, "I don't understand what's happening."
A crazy thing to experience.
It's insane. I mean, he ends up in an insane asylum, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Like he fucking loses it.
You know, and it's crazy because I feel like we've already talked about so many different scenes that have happened in this movie, and to our audience members, this movie's less than an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's short. Is it? Okay. For me, it felt like it started off with the bang, and then from that point on until the investigation, like I felt like it was such a slow burn.
Really?
For me personally,
Huh.
I
like,
think they. Go ahead.
I mean, because in my head, thinking back to it, it just felt slow, but they do keep the momentum going. Like, because then after that, you get the flashback because he gets interviewed by them, and you find out what happened with Walter,
Mm-hmm.
and then what happened with Alicia, and then it goes to like modern time.
Yeah.
Because like it's like all this stuff happens. What happens to Alicia? They do their you meet Fuentes and Juano, and then it cuts back to all four of them being on the same squad.
Yeah.
And now we're about to do the investigation. The Ghostbusters are on the case.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It felt slow to me.
I felt like the scene with the little boy was probably the most slow because
I felt like it lingered on that for a while.
Yeah, because they talk about it like so long, and then they're just kind of standing there. I feel like that part was probably the slowest, but everything else, everything before and everything after, happened kind of quick.
Yeah, once the investigation starts, like the movie really ramps up.
Yeah,
like the last like 25, I guess, probably of the movie,
mm-hmm.
maybe 20 minutes, is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's like Alicia Walter segments were pretty good. Made up like a third of the movie, and I feel like the next third was like what happened with Alicia and her kid, and that part to me dragged.
Yeah,
which I guess would be like the second act. I feel like the second act of the movie dragged a bit, and then the third act was like the highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Like the investigation was crazy. What did you guys think of its structure of kind of hopping around the timeline?
I didn't mind it. I like that. I like that this director, he doesn't think that the audience is dumb and that we need to be fucking, coddled and guided throughout. Like, you can make the switch without putting something like 2 weeks before, like, anything like that. And it's not. It doesn't feel. It never felt confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I was aware of where we were in that point in time in the movie throughout. So I think he did a really good job in doing the little back and forth thing without making it too convoluted.
Yeah, I agree. I do appreciate, especially when done well, a fragmented timeline. I love when a story either starts at some point and then you kind of get like the full picture. It's almost like a puzzle. I appreciate that.
I didn't mind it either. I thought it was done really well, and it kept the story like moving forward in like a really cool way, because we were able to see like the backstory of like, oh, we got to visit Walter, and then they're like Walter, and they all kind of like look at each other like, oh fuck, then it like clicks for them, so then it'll click for us after.
Yeah, I think that was cool because we're kind of on the investigation with them.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a favorite investigator?
the non-Argentinian. Yeah,
Rosenstock?
dude.
Yeah, fucking maniac.
That guy was crazy.
He had a love for research and science. It was just like so enthralled by everything. It's funny to see because they're obviously in a crazy fucked up situation, but here you have this guy that's just like, oh my god, more information. This is crazy. Like, look at this. Come see this crazy shit with me. Like, just his attitude about everything was nice. It was a nice contrast to everything else that was going on.
He even tells Fuentes too, and he's freaking out. He's like, "You can't be scared. Just relax. It's fine."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Mora, Dr. Mora is like, "Yo, chill the fuck out." Dr. Mora was a fucking maniac though, just sitting in that like Terran reality, just like on like a fucking metal folding chair, just with the flashlight, like peeking inside,
trying to have like a therapy session with this interdimensional being.
Yeah.
She didn't give a shit. Those were all real scientists. Fuentes, I feel like Fuentes is the reason why they all died, because they were all like, if you don't show fear, we're going to be okay. But Fuentes was freaking out from the very beginning. And I feel like every time Fuentes would show up to something, more shit would happen. And so they were feeding off of Fuentes' fear.
Dude. Yes.
causing everyone to just get wrecked because Fuentes just couldn't handle the shit.
There was a point in time where I thought maybe they had brought in Fuentes for the simple fact that he was scared, and him being there would bring up, more shit for them to see.
Interesting.
But that wasn't the case. I mean, he was just there because he was part of the team. But
they told him multiple times, like, "Hey, dude, if you're too scared for this, you just dip."
Yeah.
Like, we don't need you. You can just get the fuck out of here.
I think he felt responsible because it was his ex, right? That was his ex's place.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
and I need to do this for her.
That's a good point. He did feel kind of responsible.
And they just shot her up with fucking whatever the fuck to knock her ass out. It's pretty funny.
Out of van.
Yeah. Where did they? What happened? Did they just leave her in the house? Where did she go?
Yeah.
I think it said that they send her to her parents' house or something like that, or her sister's house. And
but then she shows back up later, right?
She shows up later because she talks to her best friend, who had witnessed I guess that little boy's mom, who filmed.
Who saw because she leaves the voicemails.
Yeah.
That's right. Forgot about that. This is rolling up with like a dead kid in the back, and Fuentes is like, "Nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna not get in this car."
Yeah.
Just remembered I actually drove in my own car. So
that whole scene was kind of ridiculous because he had just had a heart attack, and he's like, I had a heart attack. I need you to get me out of here. And then he just walks up and out, even though he had a heart attack and he was asking for help.
Felt different.
Yes, I guess.
That adrenaline was just pumping.
Yeah.
That dude was just running on pure fear and fucking, I don't know what. Fight or flight kicked in.
Yeah.
One thing I did appreciate about this movie is that it did have some like jump scary moments, but I felt like they were done well, except for the chair.
It's like the chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they didn't feel cheap.
Yeah, and I think because typically in like American jump scares, that there's a setup that you can just tell now. Like when the scene becomes like so just fixated on like one specific thing, and like the characters get like really silent and stuff like that. But with this one, it wasn't like that. The jump scares kind of came out at like different random times. Especially when you would like least expect it, right? Like when Dr. Moira was on that metal chair and she was telling Fuentes to chill the fuck out because they like feed on fear, and then she just immediately gets grabbed. Wasn't expecting that to happen because it seemed at like such a chill moment.
And I like that the jump scares, I don't know if this is true for all of them, but I feel like most of them are used to show the like creatures. Like when you look under the bed, it's like, boom, here's all the monsters. It's like, it gives you information. It just doesn't scare you.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of left in a mystery this whole time. Like it doesn't really get explained why this is happening, what these things are. We get like a vague explanation, but we're still kind of left in the dark.
What was your guys' favorite jump scare?
Moira dying, probably. No, I mean, fuck. I don't know if it's a jump scare, but like backwards headed, like Tyrannosaurus running lady.
That was fucking
That was
weird.
my number one. That one got me, dude. I was like, yo, what the fuck? That one got me. That was probably my favorite. I don't know if that's a jump scare, but that's my favorite scary part of the movie for sure.
I would say that one or the very first one. When Claudia's killed in the bathroom.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
There was one, because we were talking about like how good the jump scares are. There was one that it was like your typical jump scare setup, except he stretched it out and made it longer and made you sit with it a little bit more. It was when what is it? Hora Hano?
Hana? Yeah.
He was talking to Fuentes and was like, "Hey, are you in
Oh.
this room?" And he's like, "What room are you fucking talking about?" And he's like looking back and forth and looking through the window in different angles, and he's like he's seeing that thing, that Prometheus thing,
Mhm.
in the house. It's like, okay, something's gonna happen in this part, but the conversation continues, and like you're stuck there, and he keeps going back and forth, and you're like, fuck, when the hell is something gonna happen? And it gets to a point where it's almost like, in my mind, I gave up. I'm like, okay, he's just prolonging this scene, nothing's gonna happen, and then he fucking jump scares. And that I don't know if it was the length of the scene, but it's funny how I knew that was gonna happen, but it still got me, and I love that shit. It's
That
like
was a good one.
when you know you're gonna get scared, and yet it still fucking scares you.
I forgot about that scene. That's right. And he's very like you only see 2 kills in the whole movie. Well, 3. You see Dr. Mora die.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the kid get hit by the truck.
Mhm.
And
The wife.
And
the
Clara.
wife, and Clara.
Yeah.
But everyone else, like Rosenstock, you don't know he gets got. You don't know how he gets got.
Yeah.
Which sucked.
Hano got, but we don't see him get got.
Mhm.
Like we see the jump scare, but then it cuts to a different scene. And then we learn that he got like glass in his eyes. And then like he got sucked into the cabinet or whatever. But like we don't see how that happened. We don't actually
Right.
see how Walter dies.
Yeah.
We just see that the creature like puts its hand and stops him from getting the gun.
Hmm.
Also, Fuentes had a gun. He should have he had multiple chances to shoot something.
Terrified, dude.
You think it would have done anything?
It would have been cool to see it not do something. Like it just unload and like nothing happens. Like fuck.
Mhm.
And I love the creatures. Like he has a full on heart attack, and they're like, I could lay there. That's cool. We're not gonna go after him now.
Like the creature's even like concerned for him. Like, oh, is this guy okay? Maybe I shouldn't eat this guy right now.
Should I call somebody?
And so they called his ex-girlfriend. They're like, yo, you got to pick up your guy. He's dying over here.
He's kind of fucked up.
Right? They sent the kid to go talk to her.
Huh.
No, the kid was buried under cement.
Well,
remember?
she got him. She got him back because he was in
broke
the
through
car.
cement. Yeah.
What a beast, that mom's strength.
Damn, she
bomb.
fucking clawed through cement.
Probably had a shovel.
A shovel wouldn't do shit to cement. You need like a jackhammer or like a sledgehammer or something.
Not for that, mom.
She just started punching it. Give me back my baby boy, and just punching it. Boom. She would have taken out Laura in a fight easily.
Probably, yeah.
She had some size on her.
Yeah, she was built. Also, I'm curious too. Like, there's another like, we get the dimensional aspect, and then we also get like, is it metaphysical? Like when Rosenthal gets stabbed through the hand, and like all this stuff is like moving around. Like that is like ghost-ish. It's never really explained how any of that stuff happens.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting how he kind of like explains, it doesn't explain everything. We never know what stabbed Rosenthal. We never know what's moving the house. It's doing like the poltergeisty shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What's your theory?
I don't necessarily have a theory on what it was, but I like there was horror that was going on in like just a normal like suburban home that was it was just like a casual like street, just a bunch of regular ass homes, and like all this crazy horror shit just started popping off. I don't know. It's not necessarily like me trying to say what it was, because honestly, I have no fucking clue. Like this movie went places that I didn't really know it was gonna go to. But there was I just like that it was like put on the backdrop of like a normal everyday home that just like horror can happen anywhere at any point in time, you know?
Yeah. It's was there ever any mention about like why it was connected to the water?
Mm-mm. They're just
No,
talking through the
right?
pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the kid drinking the water had something to do with it too. So like they made it a point to like involve water somehow.
I wonder if
Um,
it's a cultural thing.
hmm,
Because it is a movie from Argentina, so maybe it's like an urban legend or something down there.
not to drink the tap.
Like white noise, can be bringing out ghosts or whatever.
Hmm.
Maybe like the dead can communicate through water.
Well, but they're not dead. They're
Oh, I guess it's
interdimensional
true.
beings.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's true.
I
I
feel
don't know,
like
yeah.
with interdimensional beings, you can't give too much or dive too much into it because it's like it's too much of the unknown. Again, like these Lovecraftian movies, do they ever really truly explain
Anything?
I don't think so.
why? It's just sometimes we don't need to know the why.
Because like Dr. Mora is like really intrigued by the fact that that happened, but she never really like gets into like its importance, I feel like.
Yeah, that and they had seen cases like that before.
Yeah, there was one in America, remember?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's like, I worked with Rosenstock on one in the US. I think that's why they were so confident because they're like, oh, we've dealt with this before. We got it. We're going to dominate these extra dimensional beings.
But they didn't have a fucking Fuentes with them.
Yep, Fuentes
So just
fucked it up
ruin everything.
with his fucking weak heart.
So close to retirement. I like that was just what he was saying the whole movie. Like, I'm so close to retirement. Like that was just what he kept on saying the whole time. I guess when you're that close to retirement, that's just all you're gonna say, right? Like, I'm so close to retirement.
Just
He
like
was like too old for this shit.
Yeah.
commonly used character trope. It's like the cop that's around the corner from retirement, but it gets dragged in or pulled into some fucking crazy nonsense that causes them to fucking work longer or ultimately die.
Yeah.
I guess we could do a direct comparison, like comparing this movie to When Evil Lurks, which is like very like much a demonic possession movie, and then this is like a Lovecraftian movie. I like Rugna's ability to kind of dabble in different aspects of horror, and I think he's pretty effective in both. I do think Where Evil Lurks is by far the superior movie to this one, but I do think I like his ability to, I guess, yeah, to dabble in both fields of horror.
Yeah, I like his world building.
Yes, that's what the word I was looking for.
Yeah, he does a good job in like placing us in these like crazy points in time or like these insane scenarios that are happening to a like collective group of people. A lot of times horror is very like focused on an individual or like group of people that's together, whereas this movie was like a block, a city, a block in a town, and then Where Evil Lurks was like the whole fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does a great job in creating these worlds for us to kind of live in.
I think I hear what you're saying. I think I may like Where Evil Lurks a little bit more. To me, and this is it's just my point of view. I feel like Where Evil Lurks maybe feels a little bit more grounded, but I think it might just be because of the CGI that was in it. I feel like the CGI threw this movie off a little bit for me.
It definitely
Yeah.
felt a little bit lower budget for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But like the first kill that we see was a super cool one that was done. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. And I thought the movie was going to be like that all the way through, but then it kind of like it shifted into something completely different. Not to say that I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't as enjoyable, but that first kill reminded me of Where Evil Lurks. Like that was the closest I felt to it. And it like it shocked me so much that I just got like goosebumps from watching that. That like rarely happens anymore. I'm like so desensitized to stuff, you know. But that one hit like the hardest.
I'm going to preface this by saying I did enjoy this movie, but to touch on that, I think where Evil Lurks did a familiar genre and like the demon possession movie in such a unique way that I hadn't seen before. That was different from the way we do it over here in the US or in like Western filmmaking, where this movie felt kind of like a lesser version of like an American sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
I think that's where, so like I did enjoy the movie, but I think like I was like, yeah, like Say was saying, the CGI was a little off. I think where Rugna definitely is better at is it the world building and like his use of practical effects. And I think where Evil Lurks, he takes on a more like a less is more type of approach to movies. So like the kills are very like grounded and realistic.
Yeah.
And you don't really see the creatures are just people or like a dog or something, right? Like you don't need to like use CGI to generate a demon or something.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the big difference comes between the two for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's I agree 100%. CGI takes me out of a lot of shit. Most recently, it kind of took me out of Final Destination Bloodlines. Some of the kills in that movie were just like too CGI. Like they even CGI'd the blood, which it just didn't look right.
Yeah. Like the fucking trash truck kill. Wasn't the blood that like splattered? That was CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think you could tell that was CGI too, which is weird because that rarely happens where you can tell like the small particles are.
I mean, I don't know Argentina's like CGI abilities, but it is 2010s. You know, CGI has come a long way in almost 10 years.
True.
And I don't think he had the budget to get like the top of the line stuff, and you can kind of tell. I think like the Prometheus looking dude looked pretty good, even though he was CGI, but it was the lighting helped, right? Everything was like in a bluish hue and he was like a pale color. So you couldn't tell that much. And then you could, when you first saw him, it was through like the lens of a like shitty video camera.
Yeah.
Like he used techniques to like try and mask it. But like you said earlier, like the creature that came out of like the upside down, like that one was a little like, oh, okay, like this monster final boss is not that great. But then when he used the practical effects to do, I think it was practical. It looked practical. It looked like a prosthetic of the like backwards headed like T-Rex looking chick.
Right.
Like that looked great.
Yeah.
So I could say like the CGI was a little like eh. Even like Juano, when he was stuck in the cabinet, you could see like they just threw a filter on this dude. Like a blue gray filter to make him look like a ghost.
Yeah.
Or like it would have been, I think, more effective if he would have just been like all bloody-eyed in the cabinet and like he couldn't like get into him. Like it was like a plexiglass or something and he can't get in. Like that would look, but it's like, no, he's from the other place, so he's got to be gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. This movie definitely has its flaws for sure.
That's also not to take it down, you know, like it was still an enjoyable ride. And for this being like one of his early films and to know that he went on to do Where Evil Lurks, like it was really cool to see the progression of his storytelling and of the way he does his movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Do you think do you guys think that this movie could benefit from a possible remake or an American version?
I think this is definitely has like America written on it for sure.
Right.
Yeah. It felt like a foreign director doing an American style horror movie. You know, it kind of reminded me of like, I don't know why, but like you guys haven't seen it, but like when they did the American version of Pulse, it had very like similar vibes where it's like very blue grays. Like the creatures and the monsters are kicked up to an 11 where the original movie was very like atmospheric and not like that. So this is what that movie reminds me of. It reminds me of a young filmmaker's horror movie. And I feel like if you gave it an American budget, it would cost 10 times as much and be equally as cheesy.
Damn.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I feel like an American would just double down on the Americanness of this movie.
Well, I think now we've been getting some really cool horror movies that have like really heavy themes in them, like last week when we saw Bring Her Back, or we talk about Hereditary all the time. I think that the bones of this movie is about like what like fear, and like how it can like spread through communities, and like it could really just like fuck everyone up if you continue on with the fear instead of like trying to work through it. I could potentially see something cool being done, but I think because this movie was already like hella CGI, and I feel like if an American were to do it, they'd probably want to do that, but like better. And I don't know if they would dive in deeper into the story. I think if you were to redo this, but focus more on like the fear aspect, bring that out, flush it out a little bit more, make it more of like a sad movie about like loss and fear and stuff like that, right? Because I mean, it was there, but I think just because everything else was already kind of cheesy, like it didn't like tie like 1-to-1. So I see potential. It would have to be done by like the right people.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I think it could benefit. I feel like it's a easily transferable story. You can really put this in any sort of. You can put it in like a I don't know, 10-unit apartment complex. Like the whole complex like starts fucking like. We could see the progression of like the different neighbors going through shit, and then as a whole like complex, trying to figure it out, bring in your ghost hunters, whatever. There's a lot to kind of play with and work with when it comes to this story, and I don't know what director I would attach to it, but I feel like getting an American or just even a remade version by the same director but with a bigger budget, we could get a really good rendition.
I would like to see the because they said they saw this in America. I would like to see what they saw in America happen, and then it'd be done. Like
That'd
the
be
American
cool.
version. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty dope. That'd be a good way to continue the story, but like maybe like a prequel sequel. That'd be dope.
I feel like though that to touch like if this did get an American remake, this movie to me has like to speak on like how we've been getting good movies. I don't think this movie has like A24 written on it. This feels like a Miramax, maybe Blumhouse style production.
Maybe like a Neon.
I don't even think a Neon. I think it would just be your typical like think CGI fest horror producing studio. Was that Miramax, Lionsgate?
But
like
it wasn't a CGI fest though.
But the US would be. That's what I think.
I feel
maybe throw Rob Zombie on the case.
Rob Zombie. I mean, he does love practical effects, so that might be good.
It would just be a blood fest.
True.
Yeah, like the portal, like blood just shoots out of it in the American version, and it just like gets all over Cheryl Moon Zombie.
Yeah. Cheryl Moon Zombie plays fucking the doctor talking to the other side. What's her name?
Fucking Dr.
Moira.
Moira. Yeah.
It's like a mad prequel. She's like a young up and coming like PhD student. Well, actually, Cheryl Moon Zombie's not that young anymore.
No.
I think it'd be cool though. I would like to see this movie done with like with a better budget. Because the pacing was solid. It was just it suffered from, a little execution like here or there. Because like the practical effects rock. The poltergeistiness of it looked pretty good. I don't know if that was CGI, but I would imagine it had to be.
The dead kid's design was fucking crazy.
The dead kid looked great.
Yeah. I think now that he's already made like this movie and I'm blanking on his
When Evil Lurks.
And When Evil Lurks, I think if given like a bigger budget, I could see him doing like a really dope sequel to this.
Oh, I just remember Alicia hanged herself. That's what happened to her.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that. But we don't see it. We just see the after.
We see the after, and then isn't the son like sitting at the table?
The son's just chilling in his fucking room. He like closes the door on him, like leave me alone.
I would like to see Rugna's next film though.
Yeah, whatever he comes out with, gonna be a banger.
I think so. I mean, his last movie When Evil Lurks?
Yeah.
That was really good. That was like legitimately like chef's kiss. Great movie.
Well, I think it looks like, I mean, he's been a writer and he's done shorts, and Terrified is his first full feature length film.
It feels like a director's first film.
Yeah. So it goes Terrified and then When Evil Lurks. I mean, the guy's getting better, you know.
Dang, he had a 6-year jump between Terrified and When Evil Lurks.
Well, if he's writing, directing, and editing all himself,
yeah, he kind of did it all.
And doing the music too.
Yeah, he kind of went nuts on this one.
I looked up Terrified, and on Wikipedia it says in December 2018 it was reported that Guillermo del Toro intends to produce a remake film for Searchlight Pictures. And then during COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, Demián revealed that he was working on a second draft of the script for Terrified 2. So cool. All the things that we asked.
Guillermo del Toro, that would be the fucking perfect person.
Yeah.
It's gonna be they will not be lacking in practical effects.
No.
Yeah, it won't be.
You're going to have who's that fucking tall, skinny guy who's in all the Guillermo del Toro movies?
Who does all the
playing Frankenstein?
Yeah, Frankenstein.
Euphoria, right?
He was no, not him.
Oh, you the guy who played
he's the Shape of Water guy,
and the guy from Hellboy.
Oh, he's in Hellboy
from Alien, right? He's the new Alien. He's the Alien guy.
Is he the new Alien? Is he the xenomorph?
Yeah, the human xenomorph. Pretty sure that's him.
Yeah, he was the human xenomorph. That guy. What's his name?
I'm looking him up right now.
German ass looking fool.
I don't know why I'm gonna say Javier.
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones. Yeah, I was like, no, it's a mad like white dude.
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones wasn't the one in the newest Alien, right? The one that just came out.
Romulus?
Yeah.
Is it
Romulus? No, he wasn't. But he did Pan's Labyrinth, Hellboy, Hellboy 2, Crimson Peak, Shape of Water, Mimic.
Yeah, he's like
he's the ice cream man in fucking Legion.
Oh yeah, he's in Legion. That's right. He's like got the little like spider legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he plays. All right, Doug Jones gonna be the tall creepy guy. He's gonna be the Prometheus dude. You heard it here first. All right. That's it for my questions. Is there anything else on the film you guys want to touch on?
No.
All
right. Should we get to our reviews?
Let's get to them.
All right. Twan, why don't you start us off because this was your movie?
Yeah. Second watch definitely caught more than the first time around. It's been some years.
I didn't even know you saw this movie before. I missed that.
Yeah. It's been years since I've seen this movie. I mean, watching this movie is what kind of got me excited to watch When Evil Lurks. And I saw that one like when it came out, when it released on Shudder. I liked this movie the first time I watched it. I liked it again the second time. I did find some like plot holes and like the CGI was definitely more apparent this watch. And there was just a couple little things that kind of took me out of it. With that being said, I do still give this movie a B-. I think it's really good. It's a great directorial debut. And there's just a lot to like from this movie. The storytelling is really good. I really enjoyed the pacing. I'm a sucker for any movie that's under an hour and a half that can like be enjoyable and like have substance and have character development without it feeling too rushed or anything. I enjoyed a lot of aspects of the movie, and I think this guy, I'm doing him a disservice. What is his name?
Demián
Rugna. Yeah, this guy's really fucking good. I've both of his movies that have come out that I've seen are awesome. This movie kind of goes far left than what I remembered. I didn't remember that it was like this Lovecraftian story. The only thing that stuck with me the first watch was the Prometheus guy. We're just gonna fucking call him that. But yeah, for writing, directing, editing, and doing the score, like Rugna, bro, my hats off to you. This is a solid outing. This is a solid directorial debut. It's not the best movie. We mentioned the CGI kind of takes away from it. But overall, it's a good watch. It's a solid horror Lovecraftian movie. And I would definitely recommend this one. I feel like this one's a little bit of a deep cut, and it's not even rated, which is odd. But yeah, I give this movie a B minus, and definitely recommend.
I did not notice that it wasn't rated. All right, Saya, why don't you go next?
All right. I give this movie a C plus, B minus. I enjoyed it. I think it was a fun ride. It kept me like engaged. There are like specific things that did kind of pull me out of it, like the CGI piece. I think the movie relied heavily on like the creatures towards like the ending of it. And so we were forced to see these creatures a little bit more. And I feel like that part is what really kind of pulled me out. But I like everything else beyond that. Like the acting was really cool to see all these characters go through everything. Fucking Fuentes, that guy, for being so close to his retirement. He tried to do his best, but he was just getting wrecked by everybody. The other like beyond the CGI, like the practical effect portion was really dope. Like I think both you mentioned before, like the creature that we see where her neck is like upside down, the kill in the very beginning with Glada, I thought that was super dope. Like there's specific parts of this movie that I really enjoyed. And so that's why I'd say C plus, B minus. I would recommend this movie. It's like a fun like Halloween movie for sure. Like you can have it on, throw it on while the party's going on. People are gonna sit down. They're gonna be like, "What the hell is going on in this movie?" Because it's interesting. There's just like specific things about it that kind of pulled me out. But it does remind me, like when I consider and think of like cult classic or like B horror movies, I think that this fits into that like mold perfect because it's that type of like just B horror that I feel like we are all used to now seeing. It could be it is a little gory, but like not super gory. So still recommend either way.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I also have this movie at a C plus, B minus. There are parts of this movie that I really liked. The backwards head falling off Dr. Mora scene is gonna stay with me. Like that scene was awesome. That scene like generally got me like, oh shit. But yeah, like I said, like the CGI wasn't that great. I did enjoy the acting. I thought everybody in this movie did a pretty good job. Fuentes was good. The actor that played Fuentes, Walter was great. I thought he played a good like manic guy. All the doctors were great. I'm excited and interested to see what a Terrified 2 looks like with a more seasoned Demián Rugna and maybe a higher budget. Maybe he learned from his first movie. He goes more on the practical side. Who knows? But I'm excited to see where he takes the universe. The world building is something he's good at. So I like what he does with his movies. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I agree with say like Antoine. It's a fun movie. It's a chill watch. It's a short movie. It's under an hour and a half. If you want to like change it up, you want to see some cosmic horror. I mean, I feel like cosmic horror is a pretty limited selection of movies in the horror space, maybe because it is so hard to do because it's notably like unexplainable. Check this one out. I think it does a good job of it. I would argue that it does it more interestingly than In the Mouth of Madness. So if you had to choose, I would watch this movie over that movie. We saw that movie earlier in the pod, and I rated it a B minus then, but I feel like if I rewatched it, it would probably be lower. But this movie, check it out. It's spooky season. If you need an addition, throw some foreign films on there. This is a good one, guys. Watch some more movies from around the world. Some interesting stuff out there.
Dr. Kane.
Dr. Kane.
I had to get it out, dude. I had to get it out.
Stutter Kane.
It was in my brain.
Oh, that's so hilarious. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. So it got a B minus from Twan, a C plus B minus from Saya, and a C plus B minus from myself. We all recommend it. It is a solid movie. It's worth checking out, I think. Does it have its flaws? Yes. Is it a little dated? Sure. I know there's people out there who just can't do bad special effects. I wouldn't say these special effects are necessarily bad, but they're not good either. So, just keep that in mind going into it, but it does have some genuinely scary moments. Next week, we will be covering, it's not Saya's movie. Saya's movie will be our final movie, but we're covering a French film that we talked about during our Gasperno I Stand Alone episode. We're watching High Tension. This is a French horror movie. This is a movie me and Saya have seen before, but Twan hasn't seen. So I feel like this is a rarity where I've seen a movie that's a horror movie and Twan hasn't seen it, or Saya hasn't seen it, but he's seen this one. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I don't know about Saya, but I actually really liked this movie when it came out. But it's been at least a decade since I've seen it, so I'm excited for the rewatch.
Yeah, I like this too. I saw it once. I saw it the first time. I saw it like 3 more times after that when I was a kid.
Oh,
shit! But it's been like a minute.
I've seen it like when it first came out. I saw it about 3 times, and then I haven't seen it in about 10 years. Probably it's been a while. I remember it was like on Stars or something when it came, and I saw it like a few times on there. It's a cool movie.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining us this week as we continue our spooky season. Check out Terrified. It got a B- from Twan, a C+ B- from Saya, and a C+ B- from myself with a recommend. Put on your list, guys. Check it out during the spooky season. If you guys haven't done so already, give us a follow on our social medias. We're on Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter, YouTube, Threads, and occasionally on Twitch. As always, I have been your host, The Dale, followed by my 2 co-hosts, Mr. Saya.
Adios.
And Twan.
Bye-bye.
See you guys next week. Bye.